So a new race for Formula One from 2026 onwards, the Madrid Grand Prix, or the Spanish Grand Prix as it may well be known, because we don't know what will happen with the race in Barcelona. Now, before I go into Barcelona, Madrid's race is a street race. Now, stop me if you've heard that before. A street race around the city. By my count, that will take it to 9 street venues that we currently have, depending on how you classify a street circuit. But to me, that's about 9 races now. So continuing that trend that we've seen in recent years of F1 moving more and more towards street circuits to host new races. Now, as for Barcelona itself, that's been the long-time host of the Spanish Grand Prix, but has constantly been under threat in recent seasons. I mean, it seems like every year we go there now, the big question is this the last race? Is this the penultimate race? There's been a lot of issues with Barcelona. You know, it's a really old circuit. It has tried to upgrade that facility. In fact, it has done a lot of work on the facility, but it's still a long way short of a lot of the other places that Formula One goes to. And crucially, it hasn't been able to match the money that a lot of other venues are bringing in. And Madrid is coming in with so much enthusiasm, so much backing, that it's very, very difficult for them to be comparable in terms of Formula One looking at it. Now, Formula One is saying behind the scenes that this is not the end of the Barcelona Grand Prix, that they're in discussions with the Circuit de Catalunya. Their contract expires in 2025. So at the moment, a very, very natural conclusion to one and a beginning of another one. But as far as Formula One's concerned, they're open to the idea of that continuing. We have had 2 Spanish Grand Prix, or 2 races in Spain before, at the start of the last decade. Because of Fernando Alonso's huge popularity, the Valencia street race joined the Spanish Grand Prix in Barcelona. It didn't last very long, but it was there on the calendar for a little bit. So it wouldn't be unprecedented to try and have 2 Spanish Grand Prix on the calendar. The bigger question mark around that, given all of the things I've just said about the fact that it's very unlikely Barcelona can sustain that kind of race, given the current demands from Formula One, is where would that race go? We're already at a record 24 races this season. So if you take one out and swap Madrid in, you're still at 24. Formula One wants a race in Africa. It's exploring options for that. It wants to bring one in sooner rather than later. The current rules cap Formula One at 24 races. So we're right at the point that the rules dictate. Now, that can change in 2026. Formula One has a new Concord agreement, which is the set of rules that bind all the competitors to the regulations that they currently race under. That is getting renegotiated in 2026. They could extend that maximum then. But if they do that, I doubt they're doing it specifically for Barcelona, because I don't think Barcelona is the kind of circuit which really moves the needle. If they are doing that, it's so they can expand into territories such as Africa and expand in Asia, the Middle East, and potentially, who knows, add another America race down the line. So everything that we understand, everything we know, is that Barcelona staring down the barrel of the end of their Formula One run. So this year, their races have been pushed back to June. That will be the penultimate race. And then, as it looks currently, the last race at Barcelona in 2025.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.